Hello, my name is Jason Lavender, and I'm the National Sales Director for the Broker Division of Legal Shield. Today, I'll be introducing you to a voluntary benefit that could make a difference in your workplace environment, benefiting you and your employees. Now, today you will hear exciting updates on two revolutionary trends in the benefits world that can assist in effectively managing identity theft and legal issues that your employees might face every day. So let me begin by asking, have you ever personally had a legal question? Maybe a mortgage issue or an identity theft concern? But now let me ask, have your employees ever visited with you about life event issues that they might be facing? Those same mortgage issues, tenant issues, maybe divorce or any other legal questions. In many cases, that discussion has absolutely nothing to do with their jobs at all, but they are coming to your department to ask those questions, aren't they? You might be the go-to person for your employees, but that title also means hearing about the employee's personal legal issues, which, hey, let's face it, you don't always necessarily need or even want to know about. Right now, nearly half of American families have an ongoing legal issue, and that means half of your employees might be dealing with those situations every day. Since more than half of identity theft happens on the job, the second emerging trend to discuss will be identity theft, which in many cases is due to employees accidentally mishandling private information. And the bottom line is that anytime legal events are happening or identity theft is occurring, employees have to take time off the job to handle it. And when do they take that time off? Well, normally it's going to be during business hours. And that in turn can increase absenteeism and reduce productivity because even if people are on the job that day, if they're worried about their personal issues, they're not really on the job mentally. Studies show that employees that have legal problems are absent more often and using their benefits a lot more. So overall, that doesn't really promote the wellness culture that so many employers are working to create in today's workplace. So very simply put, Legal Shield gives you the ability to speak with an attorney without having to worry about the high costs normally associated with legal concerns. As a voluntary program, for one low monthly fee, employees can have equal access to a system that many people are just financially locked out of. And why don't people talk to attorneys? Why are they coming to their employers for that type of advice? And basically, it's because people are intimidated by attorneys. Let's face it, they don't know who to call in many cases. And we all know that it's definitely going to cost too much whenever they're just even thinking about talking with an attorney. So because of that, your employees and most people just in general either ignore the problems or they try to handle those situations themselves. And either of those doesn't usually turn out in their favor. Now, the next slide shows a brief overview of what our actual services do to help our members. The Legal Shield program is designed as a family program. It's designed to help families deal with those issues mentioned in the beginning of this presentation. And basically, we buy legal services in advance, leveraging over 1.4 million families that we protect. Our provider firms are paid every month. When members need our covered services, they don't pay out of pocket for hourly rates because it's already prepaid as a monthly voluntary benefit. So anytime your employees need access to attorneys to ask those legal questions or they need that advice, they can call and visit with an attorney during regular business hours. And our members speak with lawyers directly, not paralegals, not people working off-site. These are people with years of experience. All of our law firms, in fact, are quality. So whatever area of law needed, our members get their questions answered. If they need letters written on their behalf or phone calls made, their lawyers will do that directly for them. It's part of their benefits with Legal Shield. If they need contracts or document reviewed, they can have their lawyers review those contracts, again, at no additional cost. It's included with their monthly premium. And then the last, will and testament. If your employees have children, or even if they don't, having a will and testament is very important. Shockingly, an estimated 70% of employees don't even have a will and testament. And a lot of times that's a financial decision. Sometimes they just don't know who to call. And sometimes they don't have the funds. The cost to get a will done can be very expensive. And so part of our legal plan actually includes preparation of a will and testament, powers of attorney, medical directives, and living wills at no additional cost. And that's part of the inclusive monthly premium for your employees. And that's a huge value. If I just stopped right here, just with the specific details that you've heard already, I think you'd agree that there's a lot of real value in how our employees can truly benefit from a service like Legal Shield. But there's more to our product because we even include motor vehicle legal services. For example, when employees receive non-criminal moving traffic violations or they have any type of covered motor vehicle related criminal charges filed against them, even if they're sued civilly, even if they're audited by the IRS. We even have a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week access to counsel for emergency situations. This is a very comprehensive program. Additionally, our members receive a 25% member discount on legal services that aren't specifically defined in the contract. And we offer this because we understand that sometimes bad things happen to good people. So if anybody needs their product for things like bankruptcy or foreclosure, driving under the influence, things like that. They are still covered with our benefit, but they're covered at that additional discount I just mentioned. So now that you understand the comprehensiveness of our plan, it may shock you to know that incredibly 90% of Americans don't even have any form of legal insurance or legal protection. Many haven't even heard of these plans or services, but they are interested in purchasing these plans. The mission of Legal Shield is to provide this service, giving everyone, including your employees, equal access to high quality and reliable legal counsel, and overcoming all the reasons and doubts that people give for not seeking this vital help. So let me tell you a little bit about our company now. Legal Shield has a long track record in the legal services industry. We currently serve more than 3 million members in the United States and Canada each year, and we specialize in group benefit services and plans for small businesses. In fact, we currently serve over 47,000 small businesses with legal protection, very similar to what we've just shared with you about the family. We can protect those small businesses as well. And our proprietary system of provider firms is really unlike any other in our industry. We contract with quality law firms across North America and Canada to provide service to our members. And they're held accountable to very high levels of service standards and customer care. And we are proud that the hard work of our staff, associates, and provider law firms has been recognized recently by national publications and websites. These are just a few of the many comments that we've been recognized with recently. We're not going to read through all these for you here, but you'll note that these are probably some publications that you definitely recognize. Now, the second trend that we discussed was identity theft, and I think many of you know that identity theft is a major area of concern today. It's in the news almost daily, and so that's why the second part of our voluntary benefit program covers identity theft. And you know, identity theft is not just about credit cards. So many people think that it's a financial thing and that you have to have great credit or you have to have a lot of credit cards in order to be at risk for identity theft. And that's not really accurate at all. Identity theft is truly a legal issue. As a matter of fact, 70+% of all identity theft in this country isn't even related to financial areas at all. Not to mention some of the other facets of identity theft, like driver's license fraud, where people use your licenses and they use our names, committing crimes. Maybe medical identity theft, where the medical information of people is used and all of a sudden their blood types change inadvertently without our knowledge because somebody's using our healthcare card. And sometimes it can just be criminals using our information to purchase stolen goods and ship them somewhere. And, maybe they're opening up illegal websites on the internet using our names. Identity theft can even affect our children, and this is obviously a very emotional one. The Federal Trade Commission's reported 140,000 to 400,000 children have had their identities stolen each year. Now, you can see here from the study that children are 51 times more likely to be victims of identity theft than adults are. And that's a huge deal. In that study, they talked about $750,000 that somebody committed fraud on a 16-year-old girl's identity. And the youngest victim of that study was only 5 months old. Those are just a few examples of what identity theft truly is about the majority of the time. It is not just about credit cards and bank accounts anymore. Now, Kroll is our exclusive service provider for our identity theft product. Kroll has been in business for 30+ years, and we've been working with them for over a decade. And they're the world's leading risk consulting firm. Credibility is really here as well. So let's talk a little bit about what our plan offers. Our identity theft plan is also very comprehensive in nature. Now, we do 3 major things for our clients in the areas of identity theft. First, we give each one a detailed copy of his or her credit report with a score to ensure that everything on it is accurate. It's a great foundation to build on because a lot of times people that have been victims don't even know it because they haven't looked at their credit reports recently. Now, the second thing that we do is we do continuous credit monitoring. It's important to be watching credit activity closely and spot anything suspicious sooner than later, and so we monitor those services for you, and we notify you anytime changes occur. So the third thing that we do is by far the most important, and it really is what sets us apart from other identity theft service companies on the market, and that is our restoration services. When people become victims of identity theft in any of those areas that I shared with you earlier, we enlist Kroll's licensed investigators that then can act on our behalf and actually go to work to resolve the problem, restoring the person's identity to pre-theft status. Instead of having to handle the situations on their own, they've got somebody handling those situations with them and for them. We even have a proactive portion of the benefit that I really like. Even if you just want some consultation about security and the best way to keep your family safe and just kind of how to be more proactive, our product can help with that as well. You can reach out to those investigators at Kroll and ask those questions. So now that you've heard some details, let's go over who's covered under this plan. It includes not only you, the member, but your spouse and up to 8 dependent children. So coupled with the Legal Shield benefit, you can see that these two are partnered together for less than $1 a day. It's a very well-rounded benefit, and it's really great proactive steps that any family can take. As an added bonus, in addition to the great services offered by our legal plan, our members can also take advantage of special discounts offered by all these national companies that you see here on the screen. Now, what I'd really like to stress is that this is a utilization-driven product. Right now, there's a lot of people out there that are hurting. They're being taken advantage of in a lot of different ways. And, we have benefits that really matter that people can start using right away. What you see on the slide right now is a reflection of what some of our top usage for our product really is. Real estate matters and consumer finance, family law. I know you hear about that in your department. Traffic law issues and collections. These are all ways that Legal Shield can assist you and your employees. Last year alone, we had close to 2 million calls coming into our provider firms across the country, seeking access and counseling for answers to legal questions. And that's really what this program provides. It's a peace of mind at a time when your employees need it now more than ever before. And this slide just represents what some of our clients say about us and what other people are talking about when it comes to products like ours. And I'm not going to read through all these for you. We could give you tons of slides and testimonials and referral letters from our clients, but you can see here that these products make a difference in people's lives, and they're going to make a difference for your employees. Now, there are several different group enrollment options that you can choose from. We can do web enrollments, electronic enrollments. We can work with associates on site for you to enroll through paper applications. Whatever works best for you, we can accommodate. We really make administration simple. There's no claim forms. And when your employees need legal advice, they simply call their provider firm's toll-free 800 number. It's available on their membership cards that they'll receive. And since our benefit is payroll deducted, there's only one low monthly rate. We have on-site enrollment scheduled at your convenience, and our associates visit and explain all the benefits to your employees. Additionally, we have videos and other support collateral. If you want to put any of those things on your intranet and help get the message out to your employees, we're really here to support you. Now, one very important thing to mention is that the services cannot be used against you, the employer. And, you're going to see a great reaction from your staff whenever it's offered. It's a very high participation rate, and you'll see that even grow over time as the employees continue to utilize the service again and again. So thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you, and we certainly look forward to serving you. Next, we're going to hand out a short survey that we're going to ask you to complete, and it's just 4 very short questions. They're just going to let us know what your thoughts were about the presentation and how we can connect with you if you wish and get you certain information pertaining to our products. If you have any additional questions that hadn't been answered here by this overview, please circle back with whoever invited you here today, and let's make sure we get all those questions answered for you so you can make an educated decision on offering our Legal Shield and Identity Theft Shield benefits to your employees. Thanks so much. Have a great day.